I am married to an American man who has been mad before. Yes, you heard me right. Mad. Not the angry kind of mad, the real psychiatric hospital, padded room type of mad. And before you start raising your eyebrows, let me just confess, I didn't know until 10 months after our wedding. 10 good months of cooking his favorite food, washing his boxers, and planning our future children's names. It all happened one random Tuesday night. We were lying on the couch, eating popcorn and watching some documentary about serial killers. Don't ask me why, and out of nowhere he says, "Oh, this reminds me of when I was in the psychiatric hospital." Excuse me? At first I thought maybe it was a joke. You know, Americans have this dry humor. So I laughed. But he didn't laugh. He just kept chewing his popcorn like he had dropped the most casual information in the world. Wait, hospital? Psychiatric what? I asked, sitting up straight. Oh yeah, he said, like he was telling me about a time he broke his leg at summer camp. I was admitted for a little while, years ago. Nothing major. My mouth was open. 10 months of marriage. 5 years of dating before that. And this was the first time I was hearing about this man being, let me not sugarcoat, mad. I was furious. So you've been hiding this from me all these years? I snapped. How do you casually mention something like that after nearly a year of marriage? And you know what this man said? He shrugged. Shrugged. Like I was overreacting. Babe, it's not a big deal. Did you tell me every single time you visited the hospital in your life? Did you tell me about that time you went to the emergency room because you thought your appendix was bursting, but it was just gas? Are you seriously comparing gas to madness? I shouted. Yes, he said, completely calm. Because you're making it sound like I'm some kind of freak. I had a mental breakdown once. People have mental breakdowns. It happens. I shook my head. No, no, no. This is different. Mental illness is a big deal. It needs to be highlighted. We dated for 5 years, and you never thought to mention you were once in a psychiatric hospital? Now he was the one getting defensive. So what? You're judging me now? You're basically saying I should have worn a tag that says, "Warning, previously mad. Proceed with caution." Don't twist my words, I snapped. But he wasn't done. He sat up, looked me straight in the eye, and said, "The way you're reacting right now shows exactly why I didn't say anything. You're being judgmental. You're acting like I'm less of a man because of something that happened once in my life. Do you know how discriminating that sounds?" I just sat there, blinking at him. Was I really discriminating? Or was I just right to feel like I should have known I married a man with a padded room past? Can't unhear it. Every little thing he does suddenly looks suspicious to me. The very next morning, I woke up and found him eating a giant bowl of ice cream for breakfast. Ice cream at 7:30 in the morning. My heart skipped. "Babe, why are you eating that?" I asked, pretending to sound casual. "Because I felt like it," he said, happily spooning chocolate chip into his mouth. Felt like it? Oh Lord, is this how relapse starts? No yam, no eggs, no oats, just ice cream? I quietly reached for my phone under the table and Googled, "Can mental breakdowns start with weird food choices?" Google said yes. Well, kind of. That was enough for me. Later that evening, he was searching for the TV remote. He looked under the couch cushions, in the kitchen, even in the fridge. I froze. "Why are you looking in the fridge?" I asked. "Because sometimes I absent-mindedly put things there," he replied. Absent-mindedly? My chest tightened. Jesus, take the wheel. I grabbed my diary and quickly wrote, Day 1, symptoms of madness returning, misplaced remote, irrational fridge behavior. I kept sprinkling holy water near his pillow when he turned his back. At one point, he rolled over, half asleep, and muttered, "Babe, why is my face wet?" I whispered, "It's just the humidity, darling. Go back to sleep." The next day, he sneezed 3 times in a row. Just 3 times, but I panicked. "Are you okay? Do you feel different?" He gave me the kind of look you give someone who asks if you're secretly an alien. I just sneezed. "What do you mean different?" "I don't know, like emotionally unstable different." He dropped his spoon and stared at me. "Babe," I sneezed, but I wasn't convinced. I decided to take extra precautions. I hid all the sharp kitchen knives, leaving only a butter knife in the drawer. If he wanted to chop onions, he would have to saw them slowly like a carpenter. I also saved the psychiatrist number as my emergency contact. And I told my best friend, "If you see me text you the word banana, just know madness has started in my house." That's the code. Call the police. By the weekend, my paranoia had reached Olympic level. We went to a family barbecue, and my husband cracked one silly joke that had everyone laughing. He laughed the loudest, slapping his thigh and almost spilling his drink. I yanked him aside immediately. Lower your voice. People are watching. Watching what? He asked, bewildered. Your tendencies. Tendencies? His eyebrows shot up. So now I can't laugh? Since when is laughing a mental breakdown? I blinked at him, then whispered, laughter is suspicious when it's too loud. He sighed so deeply, I thought he'd collapse. You're the one going mad, not me. And that was the beginning of a new chapter. My American husband, the man who once stayed in a psychiatric hospital, now officially believing I need therapy. At first, I thought I was doing a good job hiding my surveillance. But apparently I was not, because one afternoon, I came home from work and found him staring at the kitchen drawer. Where are the knives? He asked. I swallowed. Which knives? The sharp ones. Why are there only butter knives in this house? I panicked. Should I tell him the truth? That I was saving us both from his possible tendencies? No, I couldn't. So I lied. I donated them to charity. He raised an eyebrow. Who donates kitchen knives? I laughed nervously. The needy. From that moment, I could see in his eyes, he started suspecting me. Things got worse. At night, I'd tiptoe out of bed to check if he was sleeping peacefully or plotting an escape. Sometimes, I'd even shine a torchlight on his face to make sure his pupils weren't dilated. One night, he woke up to find me hovering over him with my Bible and anointing oil. Babe, what are you doing? I'm just blessing your forehead. Preventive measures. He sat up, rubbed his face, and said, You're insane. See, I snapped. You're projecting. Classic symptom. By the following week, I had taken things to the next level. I bought a small padlock and started locking the bedroom door from my side at night, just in case. I told him it was for mosquitoes. Then one day, I came home to find him on the phone with my mother. My mother. He was pacing the living room saying, Yes, Ma, she's hiding knives. Yes, Ma, she's pouring water on me in my sleep. Yes, Ma, I think she needs help. I screamed, Are you telling my mother I'm mad? He turned to me calmly and said, Darling, you're the one acting like a patient, not me. And as if the universe wanted to embarrass me, the neighbors started noticing too. One evening, Mrs. Johnson from next door knocked and whispered, Is everything all right? We've been hearing you shout, The madness has started, in the middle of the night. I almost melted into the ground. My husband just shook his head, smiling sweetly. She's fine, Mrs. Johnson. She just worries too much. Later, he told me, You see, if anyone's going to the psychiatric hospital now, it's you, not me. And the worst part? I think people are starting to believe him. At this point, the whole story has flipped. The mad husband is the rational one, while the narrator's paranoia makes her look like the real patient. What do you think? Am I doing too much, or I should leave this marriage? Also, has anyone married a man before? What was your experience? Comment your view in the comment section and follow this page for the part 2 of this story.